Good morning, everybody. Today is the CMT writing prompt, and I'm Mr. Geograve. I'm going to run you through some final reminders and details that will allow you to succeed and shine on today's prompt. And so getting ready for the prompt, your time to shine. Step one in being successful on a prompt is using a pillar properly. And every pillar starts with you choosing a topic that you know a lot about. I know sometimes you try to pick topics that are exciting or you think that the scorer might be interested in, but really what matters on a prompt is that you pick a topic that you can write as many details as possible about. So pick something that you are very knowledgeable about. Next, you need to make sure that you can come up with 3 main ideas or reasons that describe that topic. That's why it needs to be something that you know a lot about. And then you're going to go through and you're going to start to fill in your 3s and 4s just like you did on last night's homework. All right? Here's last night's homework. And you can see here that mine is already done. And the first thing, as we went over yesterday, is you filled in all of your 3s. So here I was talking about the slam dunk, and I talked about the alley-oop, the short guys, dunk contest, and breaking the backboard. And then I explained that if you have time, if your teacher has not called 10 minutes is up, you should start writing, then you're going to go back and you're going to give examples or more specific details. So in my case, I talked about a specific alley-oop, a specific person or people who did slam dunks, a specific dunk from the dunk contest, and a certain time where a player broke a backboard. So that's what you're doing when you're doing your pillar. Okay? You're filling in all of your main ideas, then your 3s, and your 4s if time allows. Now, when you're filling in the pillar, you need to make sure that your bullets are short. In class yesterday, we were practicing some pillars, and some students were practically writing or were writing full sentences in your pillar. Absolutely not. You should be just writing 2 or 3 words. Again, if you go back and you look at what the sample that I gave you, look at this. The most I've written in any of these boxes is 4 words. Hopefully it's only 1 or 2 because you're just brainstorming. You're putting down a couple of ideas so that later when you write the prompt, you can put in the full thought. All right. Finally, if you haven't finished the pillar, you really should be using all 10 minutes that the teacher gives you. They have directions. They will get up after 10 minutes and tell you if you're still planning, you should start writing. So make sure that you use your planning time. Okay, this is your shining moment. You've worked hard all year, and now it is time to let your skills and your hard work pay off with a great prompt. And we're going to have a little video inspiration before we go any further. And we're going to go to a video that is called One Shining Moment that they show at the end of the NCAA tournament every year. And we know that it is now March and basketball season is heating up. And this is always my favorite part of the NCAA tournament, and they play it after the championship game. And this is the version from 2011 when the UConn Huskies won the title. So enjoy the next 3 minutes, and then I will see you then to pick up on some more strategies.
And the Huskies are the top dog in 2011.
Can you see that I'm teary-eyed? Huskies always bring a tear of joy to my eye. All right, now back to the details for the day. Hopefully you're properly motivated. All right, a strategy that we don't talk a lot about in social studies is being creative and adding in some things that are really invented and made up for only the CMT prompt. So the two that I talked about in class today are a quote and a statistic. And these both can really add a lot of detail and a lot of specificity and also a lot of sophistication to your writing. So here are two examples which tie into the homework I gave you last night and the example that I showed about basketball. And the first one is a quote, and of course I use Jim Calhoun. And the quote that I use is, Hall of Fame basketball coach Jim Calhoun explained, "The slam dunk has changed the way we play and watch basketball." So not only do I include the quote from somebody who's famous, but I also include their title. And then it is a specific quote to back up the point that I'm trying to make, that the slam dunk is exciting and great for the game. And then the second is a statistic. A Yale University study found that kids are 58% more likely to watch basketball because of the slam dunk. Again, like the Calhoun quote, I made that statistic up. But it sounds really good. It ties in perfectly with my argument. And Yale University makes it sound a little more sophisticated. So today, when you're writing, try for each main idea paragraph to add in either a quote or a statistic. It's important that you're creative, but you are realistic with your quotes. That includes the names of the people and what they're actually putting in the quote or the statistic. Spelling and grammar do not count. The writing prompt is a first draft. Treat it that way. When you get stuck on grammar and spelling, take a best guess and move on. All right, do not forget, I know we focus so much on the three main ideas, but don't forget that you need an introduction and conclusion. We really should be looking at 5 full paragraphs, and that in the introduction and conclusion, both, you need to be talking about your 3 main ideas. In your introduction, you're introducing them and previewing them, and in your conclusion, you're reminding the reader what they read and reminding them what you are trying to express. All right, use of time. You're going to get 45 minutes today to take this prompt. We expect you to use most or all of those 45 minutes. Nobody should be done in 25, 30, 35 minutes. That's way too fast. Things that you can do when you finish. You can go back to make sure each main idea paragraph has at least 8 detailed sentences. Make sure each main idea has a quote or a statistic that I just talked about. Check to improve the choice of words that you have used. Use vivid verbs, use awesome adjectives. Go back and add any kinds of details that you still have time to put in. All right, and that is it. With these strategies, we know that you can shine. We know that you can take all of the skills that you have practiced all year and do really, really well on today's prompt. Good luck.